Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for an informative and exciting CLIA Global Cruise Line webinar with Royal Caribbean International. My name is Johanna de Guzman. I'm the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA, and I'm going to quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. The webinar will run for about 45 to 50 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Anthony Miloro. Anthony is Royal Caribbean International's Director of Business Development Support, Host Travel Partner and Trade Relations. Within the cruise industry's largest sales organization, Anthony oversees more than 30 inside sales representatives who provide strategic support to valued travel advisors and agencies across the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean. The industry veteran with 28 years at Royal Caribbean has been an integral part in the growth of the cruise line's dedicated business development operation and network of relationships with host travel partner agencies and at-home travel professionals. Anthony is a co-chair of ASTA's Proud Partner Committee, which is dedicated to supporting ASTA initiatives and the travel agency distribution system. His experience of nearly 30 decades includes time as a business development manager for 12 years in South Florida and Southern Virginia. And with that, take it away, Anthony.
Well, thank you, Joanna. That was an incredible introduction. I really appreciate that. And hello to all of our CLIA members on the line today. You know, I've been with this company a long time, and you hit me with the 28 years, and it just kind of got me right there. And I have to say, you know, I've been part of, and really blessed to be part of, so many ship inaugurals and new ship classes coming out, but nothing quite prepared me for what we saw last month on Icon. And I can't believe it's already been 30 days since I saw really most of you, if not a lot of you that are on this call now. You probably were there with us on those two inaugural sailings last month. And I tell you, it was emotional, really almost a spiritual event. We got to do an employee welcoming of Icon as she came into the port of Miami. And, you know, as I was sitting there watching her come in towards us, the emotions kind of took me over. And I just thought to myself, how incredible of a spot to be in. And everybody on this call should be equally as excited to be in the travel industry and to really be selling dreams out there to your customers. And I really thank each and every one of you because, you know, when you look back just a few short years ago compared to where we were to where we are now, it is an absolute 180 turnaround and maybe even more, because business is coming in briskly, and that's really in large part due to each and every one of you on this call. So I really want to thank you first and foremost for that. Now, I have less than an hour to take you all on a journey on what's new at Royal Caribbean, so I'm not sure I am going to be able to do that. So I have to speak fast, but I'm going to speak clearly, and I hope that you'll be able to take some nuggets out of the presentation today. You know, it kind of feels like we're riding that elusive 100-foot wave. I mean, all indications are that we are really hitting another record-breaking wave season and full year. So we're going to dive right in. And we've been monitoring kind of the macroeconomic situation out there, the travel landscape, and really the overall business performance. And this slide right here is music to everybody's ears on this call. Consumer confidence has hit a 2-year high in January. The price of goods is kind of coming down a bit, and the unemployment rate, which is really low, has been holding steady now for the 3rd straight month. That bodes well for us in the industry. The landscape of travel, so of our consumers that have purchase intent, it is 1 in 2 target Americans say they plan to take and make a purchase towards a vacation in the next 6 months. Again, another really strong indicator. And we kicked January off with a record wave season, as I mentioned. Every single demand metric that we check on and that we check for was showing significant lifts month over month and really record highs all the way through. So again, that is a huge testament to all of you out there in the support of our brand. Our future is bright. So we're going to take a look ahead here, and then we're going to come back to sort of the present. It all starts with Utopia, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. It is absolutely going to check every single box for your new-to-cruise customer, for your customer that is short on time. And for those that have been in the industry a while, like I have, you remember the days when cruise lines used to put their, I would say, most seasoned hardware, the older ships would go in that 3 and 4 night market, more of an afterthought. And, until recently, we really started changing that mindset. And this is an opportunity where we can actually put our best feet forward. Every ship in our fleet is gorgeous and serves its purpose in its own right. But being able to put your best foot forward to that first-time cruiser, the person that has never cruised on our brand before, or that, especially the customer that is really, really short on time, the opportunity to put that best foot forward speaks volumes. So we're going to talk about Utopia in just a moment. Last time we were on, back in October, I believe it was, we talked in depth about the Royal Beach Club. That's our new private island destination and experience in Nassau. And then Star of the Seas, that's sister to Icon, will be coming out later in 2025. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then, as our CEO, Michael Bailey, described, our lucky number 7, we just announced the 7th Oasis class ship in the series that will be due to come out in 2028. So let's go back to today's version of where are we, where in the world are we? And just to give you an example of where we're sailing, we have about 75% of our product sailing in the Caribbean. So it makes that statistic there of 23 ships that we have sailing all throughout the Caribbean makes sense. We have 10 different home ports from Baltimore to Miami and Tampa to Galveston and everywhere in between. Europe, we've got 6 ships and 7 different home ports from Amsterdam to Ravenna. In Alaska, we will again have 4 ships. We've got our Quantum class, Quantum and Ovation, as well as Radiance and Brilliance. And Radiance of the Seas, of course, will do our Alaska Cruise Tour product, where we offer fully escorted pre- and post-cruise options into the interior of Alaska. Navigator of the Seas is quickly becoming the fan favorite on the West Coast, an incredible product there, which ranges from 3 to over 7 nights in Mexico and Catalina. And then we also have 4 ships sailing out of the Northeast, as well as Australia, New Zealand, South Pacific. We also have Hawaii sailings, and then, of course, 2 ships that are going to be sailing out of Asia. So the moral of this story is, of the 27 ships that we have in our fleet today, and soon to be 28 with Utopia, we've got you covered. No matter where your clients want to go in the world, we've got them covered. All right. Now, 2024 looks phenomenal, as we've talked about. This may be the first time that I could say this, that we may actually sell out of our inventory in 2024. We are in such a great book position right now, and it's only getting better every week that goes by. So 2025, 2026, the good news is we have the majority of our inventory is already open for sale, and you can kind of see that here, where we started back in October, opening up Alaska for the 2025 season, through just last week, earlier last week, where we opened up the remainder of our short Caribbean and our LA product with Navigator. All of those sailings run through April 2026. So the only remaining inventory or destinations left to open are China, Australia, and Singapore. And you can see that between March and May of this year, those itineraries will open up through April of 2026. Not going to talk a lot about Icon of the Seas because that could take me 3 hours as we went through. We got the pleasure of being on for 9 days and hosted many of you, as you know, over those 2 inaugural sailings. Charlie Sylvia was my guest one evening at Hooked Seafood, and we had a great meal together. So what I will say about Icon is 2025, 2026 sailings are, of course, open for sale. Every itinerary, with the exception of one back in May of 2025, but every single itinerary will call on Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And we're really, really excited as business continues to come in fast and furious for Icon. All right, I am going to switch over to a quick video for you just to get you excited about our next little baby. And that is correct. We have Star of the Seas that is coming in the summer of 2025. And let's see here. There we go. All right, so I just wanted to give you a quick shot of the itinerary. It's going to be sailing from Port Canaveral. We're really, really excited about that. So now you can imagine being able to pair up an Orlando vacation with the Star of the Seas. And you can see here that all itineraries, again, will call on Perfect Day. We'll have a mixture of Eastern and Western Caribbean sailings. Much, much more to come out about Star of the Seas. So we're just kind of out there teasing it now. It is open for sale, and hopefully your clients are taking advantage of that as we speak. All right. Well, let's move on to the world's biggest weekend, and that is Utopia of the Seas. And as I mentioned earlier, putting the first ever Oasis class ship in our 3 and 4 night market, jumping right in, sailing from Orlando, right? So you're going to be able to get the advantage of packages that you can do with any Orlando theme park options, along with a 3 or 4 night cruise on Utopia. 40 different ways to dine and drink, 4 shows that we'll talk more about that will be on board, and it is going to be incredible in every single way. And I will just get you excited enough about this one. And there we go. All right. Well, she will be here before you know it. So again, right out of the gate with 3 and 4 night sailings, this is our 6th Oasis class ship. We'll be sailing from Port Canaveral, so there's great opportunities for you to combine vacations here. Every sailing, again, will be going to Perfect Day every 3-night, every 4-night. And this will be the first ship in the class to be powered by liquid natural gas. So we're excited about that. She's going to run cleaner and quieter as well. All right. So let's move on to these bigger ways to splash, bigger ways to dine, and bigger ways to party. So you're going to be able to, your clients are going to be able to experience 7 days of vacation in a 3 or 4 night package, and they're going to be able to do it in a way that is meaningful for them, that will keep them coming back time and time again. So let's just dive right into those bigger ways to splash. I'm gonna focus on just a few of the areas that I'm really excited about, and I want you all to be excited about as well. Utopia will deliver the ultimate pool day every day. You have your pick of 5 different pools on board. There's going to be live music played throughout. You can see in the top right there that greenish looking building. Those are the casitas that are available. So when your clients really are looking for a VIP experience on the pool deck, they can rent those cabanas, and they will have a poolside attendant available for them and so on. In the back here on the left in the middle, you see the lime and coconut. That is actually one of 3 lime and coconuts on board. And so if you've been on Icon last month, you noticed that lime and coconut was kind of spread throughout the pool deck areas, and it's just with these vibrant colors. It really does draw guests to the space, really makes you happy, and just an incredible vibe all the way around. And of course, no ship would be perfect without the Perfect Storm water slides. So this will have a trio of water slides. We'll have Typhoon and Cyclone. Those are going to be racer slides that you'll be able to race your family or friends. And then the Supercell, which kind of drops you into this huge swirling champagne bowl, if you will. So you will be able to test your will and your courage at the Perfect Storm water slides. And the Ultimate Abyss. So you're familiar with Ultimate Abyss on our Oasis class ships. This is our dry slide at sea. Of course, on Utopia, we had to do it bigger and better. So instead of an 8-story drop, this will be a 10-story drop. It's 159 feet in length, and it's 43 feet longer than any other Ultimate Abyss that we have. It's also the longest dry slide at sea. So you start up on deck 16 and you slide your way down onto the boardwalk on deck 6. It's the fastest elevator that we have on board. And I wanted to show you this here, the spare tire. This is I would say new concept because we've kind of introduced it on Icon, where you have a lot of these dine and stop and dine kind of grab and go options throughout the ship, really with the idea that you don't have to walk from one end of the ship to the other to go get food at the windjammer if you're up on the pool deck. There'll be these quiet little spaces throughout. So whether it is our taco bar or whether it's here at the spare tire, you'll be able to get that grab and go food. It'll be good for you food, indulgent food. This particular venue here will have this incredible daily rotating dessert bar. So it's going to really kind of check off all the boxes for all of those cravings. Pulled pork sandwiches and smoked barbecue. It's just going to be a really neat touch to the pool area here on Utopia. And speaking of dining, let's move right on into those bigger ways to dine. So we have on board, we have 21 different dining options on board. We have some returning favorites, but then we have some brand new venues. So I'll talk about 2 returning venues, and then we'll talk about one new one that I'm going to highlight here. Again, 21 different venues, 10 of them, half of them are complimentary. So it's not about charging for food at every corner. It's really about providing more options for people. And again, on a 3 and 4 night cruise, people to be able to go from one space to another, have those grab and go options that are good for you, that are healthy, where you can kind of go through the ship and really enjoy everything as you're going. So one of those spaces on Utopia, it is a returning favorite. It's Giovanni's Italian kitchen and wine bar, but we've added a few things here. If you notice, this is a 2-story high venue. This will be the first Giovanni's 2 stories high. This will also feature Gio's Terrazza, which is it's an outdoor space on the other side of that glass wall that overlooks the boardwalk. So truly unique, an incredible space where you can go and have specialty dining, go there for a cocktail, and really just take in the atmosphere around you. And then we have Azumi in the park. This is going to be, of course, on Central Park. So taking cues from Icon, where we had that walk-up bar, the Azumi walk-up takeout window, if you will, was a huge, huge hit and very, very popular. So we're going to bring that on to Utopia. Again, keeping with that theme of grab and go, we're still going to have our hibachi and sushi inside. So you can see here that we're going to have 6 teppanyaki tables. There will be sushi dining. There's a sushi bar. And then there's going to be outdoor seating onto Central Park as well. And then there's a new word I learned. It's called omakase, and that is really private dining to the nth degree. It's going to be a meal curated just for you, and it puts you on this multi-course journey of flavors paired with sake, and so on. And so I had to look up what omakase means, and that term actually translates to I leave it up to you. So this is the chef curating a meal for you. You don't have a say in the matter. You go and they bring you these inspired dishes and they do the pairings as you go. So really neat new concept, and looking forward to that one. Here's another really, really exciting venue. This is called the Royal Railway at Utopia Station. Again, going to be on Central Park, and this is going to be a truly immersive dining experience. It is going to be a kind of a mix of the like a train car experience with scenery that you can see those windows there as in the train car, and there's going to be live action scenery that will be taking you through into your meal experience. So you'll be able to enjoy pre-dinner drinks at the station platform. Then when the whistle blows, it's time for that Epicurean adventure that's going to take you through any place or time from America's Wild West to far-off destinations across the globe. So we're going to take you on a multi-country journey, if you will, while you're eating at the Royal Railway. And one of my favorites returning from Wonder of the Seas is the Mason Jar. Not only is the food incredible here, it is a kind of low country classics, bayou staples, barbecue, all fresh, cooked to order and authentic. But the live music and the band is really what makes this space truly special. So when you're going there with your family or even staying late night, it is not to be missed. And the food, the entertainment is spectacular. All right, well, let's move on to the bigger ways to party. So weekends are certainly for playing hard, and we're going to show you, like I said earlier, 7 days of vacation in a 3 or 4 night cruise. So we're going to go all in and we're going to go all out. 23 bars and entertainment venues on the ship. So there's no shortage of places to go. Again, many returning favorites. I'm going to highlight a few. One particular that is brand new, and that is called the Pesky Parrot. I'm going to show you a photo of that in a moment. But then we have Playmakers. That's a returning favorite. Our sports bar. We have 68 TVs in display makers on Utopia, 5 different live music venues, and I'll talk about my favorite in just a moment. Dancing space. We have 10 DJs positioned throughout the ship. It is just going to be spectacular. And we are the only cruise line to feature shows on 4 different stages. So in the theater, on stage, on ice, in the air, and on water. And we'll talk about those in a moment as well. So here's the pesky parrot. This is the coolest new concept. It's going to put you in that Caribbean state of mind. This is our tiki bar. It is really a private, exotic enclave, and it's located right on the Royal Promenade, and it has just that perfect tropical spot to kick off your getaway for that weekend or those 4 days. And you'll notice here that these are really small, intimate spaces. They're not venues that are, holding hundreds and hundreds of people. So there are so many of these smaller spaces around the ship. You're going to find that you're going to be able to go and really have an intimate experience as you walk around the ship and then going into these different spaces and venues. And my favorite, where I can rock out every night, is Music Hall. It is my absolute favorite venue on the ship. High energy rock shows, best cover bands at sea. I'm sure if you're going in the first season, you're going to see our incredible band Phoenix. They are one of the top 80s, 90s rock bands out there, and they are just not to be missed. So this is a 2-story venue, so you can see there the huge stage area, and here that the windows behind actually overlook the boardwalk. So an incredible space and lots of fun had by all. So I'm going to come back to the entertainment for just a moment, just to tease you, and I'm sorry, but we have not announced all of the entertainment that you're going to be seeing on board Utopia. So for those of you that have been on an Oasis class ship in the past, like I mentioned earlier, we have our ice shows, we have our aerial shows over the aqua theater here. We have our water shows, those high dive water acrobatic shows, and of course our incredible Broadway stage shows. We'll have 2 of those in the Royal Theater, and then we'll of course have 1 ice show and one show here in the Aqua Theater. So going to be an incredible lineup, and stay tuned for that because it is coming soon. And I just want to quickly highlight one of 3 new categories that are coming on board Utopia. And this is just a truly, truly special space. These are our solarium suites. They are in our Royal Suite class, so this is the Star Class status, or the highest status on board ship. It is really mostly inclusive, your gratuities, your drink packages, specialty dining, all of those things. And it also comes with your own personal Royal Genie. So for those of you who aren't quite sure who the Royal Genie is, this is your genie that will make all of your wishes come true while you're on board. So I do believe I have a video that I'm going to show you and get you excited about those suites. So this is facing off the front of the ship. You can see those infinity windows that open up. 280-degree views and VIP access all around. That stateroom there accommodates 4 guests, up to 4 guests. All right. I'm going to take a little breather here because I don't want your head to spin too much. There's a lot going on, as you can see. We've already gone through Utopia. We've gone through where in the world our 27 ships are going to be this year. We've talked about Star of the Seas, our brand new Icon class ship coming out. We've talked about all of that deployment that we have available and ready to sell through April of 2026. So now let's take you to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, truly one of our highest rated ports of call among our guests, and an absolutely special island. For those of you that have been, you understand where I'm coming from. For those of you that have not been yet, you have to go, because it is truly an experience like no other. It is everybody's perfect day. I'm going to highlight Hideaway Beach because that just opened up. So again, if you were with me on Icon last month, you got to experience Hideaway Beach for the very first time. This has only been open for less than a month, and it is our adult-only space on the island. Great thing about this is that it's going to actually allow us to increase the capacity of the island by about 2,000 guests. And you can see how expansive this space is right here. I'm going to show you in a moment the map here, and there you can see Hideaway Beach off to the northeast side of the island. So there's still a lot more to be developed on the island, so you're going to see a lot of lush green palm trees and areas and quiet little nooks and spaces that you can go through. This is, again, truly a space not to be missed. So for those that are coming on with their family and they want to have that kind of breakaway time where they just have that adult experience, you're going to be able to offer it to them. For those adults that are coming on, maybe they're honeymooning, maybe they're celebrating that bachelorette, bachelor party, those special occasions where they just want to have that adult experience, they're going to be able to get that here. And again, all adults only, 18 and older, beachfront paradise, all adults, all party, all day. Great space to soak up the sun. Definitely a space not to be missed. 2 casual food spots in the location, and those are complimentary, and a total of 5 bars, including the swim-up bar that I'm going to show you in just a moment here. And that's where our live DJ is spinning hits all day long for our guests. We have 20 different cabanas. They're broken up into these hideaway cabanas, as well as so we have ones that are poolside, which I'm going to show you in a moment, and these that are beachside. And all of these cabanas accommodate up to 8 guests. These particular ones that I'm showing you here are poolside, so by the infinity pool, by the swim-up bar, and you can see here beautifully accommodated with unlimited bottles of water, lockable storage. You've got plenty of charging outlets, a fan in there to keep the breeze flowing in. It includes floating beach mats as well, and an attendant to bring you your lunch and serve you anything that you may need there. And then these are really neat. These are the ones that are actually have their own private plunge pool, infinity plunge pool here. And these hideout cabanas are really special as well. 200 square feet, again, holding up to 8 guests, and you have that exclusive access into the plunge pool that is only available to those hideout cabana guests. And I'm going to show you what that view looks like from the inside of the cabana looking out. Pretty neat space. And I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to our first private island, Labadee, and this is off the coast of Haiti, a completely different experience than Perfect Day. Yes, there's high adrenaline activities like the zip line here and our alpine coaster. We have cabanas throughout. But what you're going to find here is this lush mountain tropical paradise, and it is really a slice of heaven. I was just there in November, and hadn't been there in a while. An incredible, incredible island in space. And you can see here a little bit of a better view, but you can see how many trees and how lush this is. And what you don't really notice here is the gradual slope up. So you're actually a bit higher up than at sea level. Lots of great beaches here. We have Barefoot Beach Club, which is reserved for our Pinnacle Club members and our top tier suite guests. They have an upgraded barbecue lunch and snorkeling and beach mats that are available for them. And then you can see there in Nellie's Beach, you can see the different cabanas. We have overwater cabanas. We have cabanas that are kind of tucked away inside of all that greenery. Just a truly, truly special space. And I bring these up, you've got Perfect Day at Coco Cay, you've got Labadee. Some would say, well, other lines have their own islands and so on, and that may be true. But when you're selling to your clients, you really want to focus in on these only on or only with royal features that you can get. And these are really important to highlight because it really gives them something unique that they can bring back memories that they won't be able to get anywhere else. And you're really trying to help them curate that vacation of a lifetime. We have activities and amenities both on ship and on island that will promise to do that. So we've talked about a lot in a short amount of time. And with the rest of the time that I have before we open it up for questions, I do want to take you through probably the most important part of the presentation today, because just like we can build the most beautiful ships and we can build all of these great experiences, but if we don't have our travel advisors selling these experiences and articulating the value of our brand versus other vacation options, where are we, right? The same would hold true for all of you on the line. You need to take your education seriously. You need to really promote the products that you believe in, and you have to know everything there is to know about those products. And while you might be thinking, Anthony, that's impossible to know everything, right? It may just be, but keeping yourself up to date and up to speed with all of the resources that you have available to you to help you sell our brands is really imperative. So we're going to start with probably, again, the most important thing, and that's our award-winning education platform, Royal Caribbean University. It's broken up into two different platforms. You have your Bachelor of Adventure and your Master of Adventure, and these are broken up into easy to digest learning modules. We have great rewards programs where you'll be able to have complimentary VOOM on your personal sailings, onboard credits that you earn each year for hitting those modules and keeping up to date with the continuing education. And it is ever evolving. So you might think to yourself, well, great, I hit the master's level and I'm done. No, because we have lots of continuing education courses that we bring in. We have games and challenges. So just like a lawyer, a doctor, or anyone else in a profession has to keep up and do their continuing education, you're no different. And, just make sure that you're taking advantage of all of the resources that are out there and available for you. And we have many, many essential tools for this success for you. We're going to talk a little bit about cruisingpower.com, right? Contains our booking engine, has a lot of the proprietary information that will help you sell all three of our major brands, my sister lines, Celebrity Cruises and Silver Sea. We also have loyaltyyoualways.com, which is that one-stop marketing shop for all of those needs to help you market and promote the brand to your clients. So I'm going to take you through a couple of slides now to just kind of bring that message home. But the comprehensive marketing library that we have on Loyal to You Always is super easy to use. You're going to be able to browse through all of those turnkey assets very simply and very easily. You'll be able to have access to our image library assets, our digital image library assets, and again, the Royal Caribbean University that we just spoke to. Understanding the power of social media, when it comes to growing your business, you need to leverage the social platforms that are out there. And we have the tools within Loyalty Always and Cruising Power to help you do that, customizable assets that are literally turnkey that you can use for your clients. So within Cruising Power, I'm going to focus just on one really quickly, and that's our eQuote. This enables you to create compelling leads for your customers. You can go in and create a quote for your client. You can create up to 5. So if they're looking for a particular ship, sailing date, destination, you can put that together for them. And what I love most about it is that it's dynamic. So if you create that eQuote today and the price is $1,000 and the client doesn't open it up until 3 days later, and now the price is $1,200, the pricing is dynamic. So no matter when they open that up, it will always show the most current pricing, and it always highlights your brand and your agency, customized. You can actually upload your logo and contact information, so it never takes them outside of your agency information. And something that, we're kind of making this transition, if you will, I think we all are, to be more sustainable. And, the brochure, the minute you print it, the hard brochure, the minute you print it, it's out of date, right? We change itineraries, we change ships and so on. So I really want you to embrace the digital brochure that's out there. This is an incredible tool that you can use for your clients. It's available in 6 different languages, and they're available at Loyalty Always within our marketing area. We have e-brochures that you can send to your clients, like I said, that keeps them with you. It doesn't take them anywhere else. And these are all shareable by link for you to send to your clients. So 2 great tools that I hope that you'll start using if you're not already using them today. Now on loyaltyalways.com, again, this is your marketing hub. So kind of look at it that way. This is your go-to resource for marketing and training and deployment. You'll be able to see items like our current offers. News and product updates will be easily accessible there for you as well. Our marketing tools right there and available, e-brochures, flyers, our brand guidelines are all there for you. Our deployment tools, access to the destinations, the slide that I showed earlier for the 25, 26 deployment that we have. And then we have these really cool microsites that give you a deeper dive into specific products. So the Ultimate World Cruise, we have a microsite for that. Utopia, we scratched the surface today, but within the Utopia microsite, there's videos, there are tools that you can send directly to your customers that will engage them and show them how special that ship is. Icon, Alaska and Cruise Tours, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, all of these microsites that are available at your fingertips for you and your customers. All right, so we're in the home stretch here. Just a couple more. Just want to run through some of our promotions very quickly. Right now, running through the rest of the month is our February offer, and that is 60% off the second guest, 30% off the third and fourth, and then kids sail free for 12 and under. That's the current underlying promotion. We do have an Alaska bonus commission that I want to make you aware of, and these are all Alaska itineraries sailing between April and June of 24, and it's on Ovation, Quantum, Radiance, and Brilliance. And you earn an additional $25 on every eligible booking. Just remember to add the promo code Alaska 2024 at the time of booking. The next one is our Wave It to Win It. This is an automation incentive. So the focus here is to incentivize you to use some of our automated tools. Flight Finder is a really, really important one. That is where you can find air for your customers. It provides the assured arrival, so we provide that assurance that we're going to get them to the next port of call if there's a delay or anything like that. We'll match you up and pair you up with the perfect flights. If your clients are coming in early or leaving late, you can do that through Flight Finder and customize all of that and wrap it all into one. FlexPay is our payment program, if you will, and that enables you to set up to 10 payments. Set it and forget it. So how many of you out there have had a situation where you've missed the final payment and a booking is canceled by mistake? Well, when you use FlexPay, you can set that final payment. You can set it up into multiple payments, makes it easier for your customers to pay over time, and never ever miss that final payment again. FlexPay is an extremely important tool for your business. So the booking window here, you have an opportunity to win an iPad Pro, and that booking window runs through March 31st, and it's on all bookings that have FlexPay and or Flight Finder attached to it. All right, and let's see, almost last but not least, I want to make sure that you're aware of your CLIA bonus commission coupons. So you have agency level benefit and an agent level benefit or advisor level benefit. And these are in increments of $25 and $50. They are one-time use only. So you use them on one stateroom, balcony or above, but you can use them at any time throughout the year. So if you don't have a booking that you can use it on today and you make a booking in a week, you can use it for that. 3 to 5 night sailings get $25, and 6 nights or longer get a $50. Don't forget our Next Cruise program, extremely important to promote that to your clients. This is their opportunity to either book now on the ship and sail date that they know they want to take, or if they know they want to cruise at some point in the future, but they're not quite sure, either way, they will either receive up to $600 off or $600 onboard credit. Plus, they can lock in any of those promotions that are there. So you could be sleeping in the middle of the night, your client makes a booking while at sea, and guess what? The booking is yours. It comes right to you. There's nothing that you need to do. You service them as you normally do. It gets booked under your agency and you move forward. So it's a great way to get repeat business. And I'm also going to talk to you about our Loyal to Royal sale. So this is something that you can set up with your strategic account manager or your business development specialist. And this enables you to put a sale, a week-long sale, up to 2 times a year, and you can do that and your customers will get up to $100 per stateroom onboard credit. Those are applicable with just about every single promotion that are out there. Very, very few restrictions. It is applicable to groups. However, they do need to be named at prevailing rate, but you do get your tour conductor credits, and you can use your group amenity points on them as well. So those are some great sailing opportunities that you have. Last but not least, everything starts with your strategic account manager and business development specialist. They are here to assist you with all of your business needs. And if you're not sure who that person is for you, all you need to do is log into Cruising Power, go to Contact Us, click on Royal Caribbean, and the faces of your strategic account manager and your business development specialist will populate for you, and they are there to serve all of your sales and support needs to help you grow your business with us. And with that, Joanna, I think I made it in under the gun. I want to say thank you to all that have been listening, and now I guess we'll open it up for some questions.
Anthony, I want to just thank you first for spending the afternoon. This hour has been very informative. A lot of our attendees are thanking you for all the information. They are asking on the portals, the travel agent portals where they can find the different resources. A lot of them loved the videos and would like to share them with their clients. Are those on there, or are they available somewhere else that they can start to use them when they're selling Royal?
Yep. So we have not only those videos, but we have tons of videos that are available not only in the digital asset library on Cruising Power, but also in loyaltoyoualways.com. So within those marketing tools, you will have all of those assets that are available to you, for you to use to help market the brand to your customers.
Great. I'm sure that they will be taking advantage of all of the resources that Royal Caribbean is offering our travel agents. Just to
Love it.
stay kind of brief with our questions here, and I do want to let our attendees know that Anthony will be receiving a copy of the questions that you submitted. So if we don't get to them, he'll be able to reach out to you. I will pass his email, your emails to him, okay? But just moving on, I know that we spoke about Icon, and that's the new ship that has come out. And you did the welcome sailing. Could you just speak to, I guess, the accessibility on a ship that large, with that much going on? Are there still accommodations for people who may need wheelchair access or keep their scooters in the room? And just talk about life on board with that in mind.
Absolutely. Probably the most accessible ship that we have, and you might not think that because it's so much larger. But of course, all of the accessible staterooms with the larger door entries, there's no lip going into the restrooms, grab bars. We have a whole accompaniment of accessories that if you have clients that are hearing impaired or visually impaired, we have devices available at no charge that we can support them with. So all of our pools have accessible access, a chairlift that will bring them into those pools, provided, of course, they do need to know how to swim, but they will have access into the pool areas. For those that sailed on Icon with us, you notice that there are these very smart elevators, and there's there's one bank, I think it's the aft elevators, have 12 elevators in the round, so to speak. And they are smart because what you do is you push the floor that you want to go to before you get into the elevator, and there's an algorithm, and basically the elevator opens up to the right elevator opens for the floor that you want to go to. So it cuts down on the wait time. The elevators are larger. So in terms of someone with a scooter or wheelchair, it is much easier to get to the different places around the ship. So the long answer to that very simple short question is absolutely accessible for all.
Perfect. I'm glad that everyone is able to enjoy what Royal Caribbean has to offer on board. And just staying on that topic, I know that Royal Caribbean, we do see a lot of multi-gen or families and youth on board, but let's say I'm a client and I just need to get away from the kids for a little bit. Could you just speak about the kids program, and then if there are any age restrictions for anything like the public areas or the activities on board?
Yep. So incredible Adventure Ocean program, award-winning. All of our counselors are bachelor degreed in either early childhood education or some like a field. So these are not, part-timers that we're pulling from different jobs. This is what they do. They love children. They love being around the kids. And there's a lot of STEM type programming that we do, and it's broken up into several different age groups, all from our littlest toddlers and infants that have a full nursery facility on board, all the way up to our 20-year-olds that are really more of a come as you are kind of an environment where, on Icon in particular, my son sailed with me, and he's a freshman in high school, and he's at that age where he just doesn't want to do anything, and he's too cool for everything, and kind of wants to hang out with us and do adult things, but really would rather go and play games and stuff like that. So there's this cool hangout where they've got tons of not only video games, but table games that they can play, and it's just a great space where they can. It's called social club social, and so it's a great place where these kids can just come mix and mingle. But again, many of the supervised activities from ages 3 to 13, and every all activities for all ages can be accommodated.
That is
In the
amazing
opening
to hear.
hours, I
Oh, go
was just
ahead.
going to add that the opening hours are, they vary between sea days and port days, but they're essentially open into the evening, and then there's like a late night option where you can stay until 1 o'clock. There is additional charges for that, but if you're celebrating something, maybe it's a special anniversary, and you want to, go to a nice fine dining experience, and then you want to go to the club later, you can do that knowing that your child is supervised, well taken care of, and has activities, and they're meeting people as well. So it kind of is a win-win for everybody.
Mhm. And that's what we like to see. And just to wrap up here, Anthony, we do have about 2 minutes left. Did you want to just leave our agents with any tips or lasting just thoughts that they can go away with when they return back to their clients?
I would say the tips that we shared, quite a few tips already, but I would say when it comes to planning your client's vacation, don't wait, don't hesitate, because the business is back, right? And you may have some clients that are still saying, man, I think I'll wait. I think the prices are going to come down, this or that. As you know, the prices right now are on the increase. Really, space is at a premium. I mentioned earlier that we are really in the best book position that we've ever been in our history within a current year. So there is not a lot of inventory available. So giving that client the sense of urgency that if they don't jump on that vacation now, they may miss out. Yes, they can always plan it for next year, right? If they do miss out, but we don't want them to miss out. We want them to take advantage of everything there is. And that would be my one bit of advice: is you don't want to wait. I also would say that, while someone may come to you and say they want the cheapest, lowest price vacation out there, make sure you're asking the questions of what it is that they're looking for out of a vacation. Because 9 times out of 10, price is not in the equation. Now, there will be some guests where I cannot afford this cost, but they want that vacation, they want those activities and those amenities. So when you sell to your client, make sure that you're asking them the right questions so that you can place them on the right product. And when you place them on the right product, they will see the value for what they're getting, and they will repeat. They will come back to you. So that will be my parting bit of advice.
No, and we very much so appreciate that. I know the travel agents are all excited based on their comments here and their questions. And Anthony, I want to pass along their thanks to you. You have gotten numerous compliments about how you present the information. It's very informative, it's clear. So I want to just thank you for hosting another great webinar as part of our CLIA Global Cruise Line webinar series. And I hope that you have a great rest of the week, and we will see everybody next time.
We'll see you at Cruise 360 in April. I hope to see everybody there.
It's coming very quickly, so I will see everyone
It's
soon.
right around the
Everyone,
corner.
yes. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.